you apart.
National lockdown. Lockdown.
The Lockdown Companion.
Here's what we do. It's podcast 36, and look at how my energy goes up.
I'm going to do it because I need to pump up. Ready? Let's go!
That's intense.
Let's go.
Does my voice sound distorted now, or is it okay?
No, it sounds okay, actually.
Well, that's brilliant news, because we've got a lot to speak about.
Apparently so, mate. Apparently so. I'm excited.
What have you been up to?
Go down some rabbit holes. What have I been up to? Dude, this past weekend was pretty heavy, actually. I did the Wings for Life World Run on Sunday.
Of course you did, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm still feeling it. Legit can't walk downstairs, and it's Tuesday afternoon.
Yeah.
I'm bad. Like, it's bad. But it was
Running's
so
no
fun,
joke,
man.
is it? Oh, wicked.
So fun. I mean, you might think that running is, as an activity, pretty boring. To be fair, let's be honest. I find it pretty boring.
I loved running.
I do enjoy it, but it's one of those type 2 fun. I enjoy it after. I'm like, oh, it's actually quite fun. At the time, I'm just like, oh, come on. But this, the Wings for Life run, dude, was really cool. It's all done via an app, and the app was just amazing. It was so inspiring because it kept... So you listen to your own music, but then it almost sends you like push notifications as audio notifications. So you get like updates about how far you've gone. So every kilometre you get
It's like a natural history museum tour.
Yeah, a little bit.
Nice.
And then it tells like stories. There was like stories of people that have been involved in like have had spinal cord injuries and how much Wings for Life has helped. So it's just like super inspiring. You're like running along
sick.
and, you know, it's weird. It's a weird feeling because you're like on your own. I was on my own on a canal. But yet you know that I think there's 180,000 people did it around the world.
Oh, that's so
it's
cool.
actually the world's largest running event.
How rad is that?
Sick, eh?
Wow, yeah.
It was emotional. You're just out there running, knowing that, but in true sort of me style, I just ran until I literally couldn't go any further, and then had to get home. So I was pretty beat when I got back.
I bet. What's your one direction?
No, well,
You could have
turns
run
out
around your house, you know, dude.
No, it turns out I'm not the smartest. Who'd have thought? So I thought that if I ran like somewhere back and forth, it would undo the GPS, which is obviously not true. So I thought if I ran along one way and then turned around and came back, the app would think I'm undoing my run, what I've already done. But it doesn't work like that.
No.
And and thankfully I worked that out, because otherwise I'd have been 20 kilometres from my house and then have to walk 20 kilometres back.
So I didn't. Did you see anyone else with headphones in?
I don't know. You know, I was
an
thinking
interesting
that.
thought, isn't it?
Yeah, I seen a lot. There was a woman on like a hand bike, and I thought, I wonder if she's doing it. But you know, she had like quite big headphones like these actually on.
Yeah.
And I saw a lot of people. That canal, like local to me, is pretty popular for running because it's flat, obviously. Anyway, so I did think, have I passed someone and we didn't know we were both doing it? It'd be kind of cool, but. I made sure I did wear like a Red Bull t-shirt. I thought if anyone spots that, they'd be like, Wings. Yeah, but no one said anything. It's just running on my own.
Cool.
But yeah, went hard.
You were running with a lot of other people. That's right.
Yeah.
And for a good cause, eh?
Yeah, it feels good, man. It's good. And well done to all of the Hook It podcast team. We ended up with, I think, 12 people strong.
Wicked.
It's cool. The fact that anyone did it is really sick. So.
Oh, mate, you're making me feel bad, but I literally can't run. I can barely walk. You see me walk, eh?
Yeah,
I
know.
Walked, but then even that, I'm so bad at walking. Even it hurts so much.
Yeah, but some people did it walking.
Yeah, I should have done that maybe.
The ambassador
Tarek
Rassouli did it in his skeleton.
Sick, yes.
So,
rad.
Yeah, you didn't have an excuse really when you think about it.
No, I'm sorry. I thought it was a run. When you sold it to me, you were like,
"Yeah,
you're up for doing a run," and I was like, "No."
Oh.
Have you actually seen me run?
No, is it bad?
It is bad. It looks like I've got Lego bricks up my bum. It does, yeah. It does.
Well, that's how I probably run at the moment, man. I can barely walk, so yeah.
It takes it out of you, doesn't it? I think that's what's sick about running is like I used to run just for an hour, but and go hard for an hour, and then you're so fucked. Whereas on a bike, it's quite hard to do that, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Unless you're doing just sprints uphill or something,
exactly.
then you get that burn. But yeah, running's a weird one. It is. It's type 2 fun for me. I enjoy it after. I enjoy the grind of it. But my problem is I rush to the point where it's hurting because that's when I enjoy it more. If that makes a bit of sense. Like I enjoy the grind, but you have to go through the hour and a half first to get to that grind.
Yeah.
So I sort of rush to that, and then I'm beat up. So yeah. Couldn't have gone any harder, man. I literally ran until I couldn't run any further and got caught by the pace car. So yeah, pretty happy with my performance. If I'm honest, I've not run a single mile in 2 months. So
there you go.
So there we go. What about you? What's going on?
Nice work. Well, dude, I've just finished like a little micro saga this morning, which has been really funny, right? Okay, so I basically I have a pile of tyres that I've used and then disposed of in my garden, right? And then there's nothing really wrong with a lot of them. A lot of them are absolutely fine. Some of them are really worn out, but most of them are just like they've just got the edges taken off. And I was saving them up, and well, it's quite a good subject actually. I was going to bring them to Freedom Ride and give them out to people who are killing it and stuff. So basically it was a pile of like 30 to 40 Goodyear tyres. It was quite a lot. I ride a lot and I get through a lot, and they want me on the newest stuff, so I have to change even if I don't need to, kind of. So I do get through them.
Yeah.
So yeah, this pile's there ready. It's building up, and I had that in my mind that I was going to give it to kids that were killing it and stuff like that. I don't know if it's a great gift, but that's what I was collecting them for,
Yeah.
Anyway, they disappeared the other day.
The whole lot?
Whole lot, dude. Whole lot. And I was just thinking, what the fuck? Like, how is this? Who's done it? Like, from my garden? Like, that means someone's snooping around in my garden, which I don't really like. No. I don't like stealing anyway. Anyway, I kind of let it go, and I thought, it's not the end of the world. And then I thought last night, I was like, I might check on Facebook Marketplace. Typing Goodyear.
We know that you like that. What were you really looking for?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, jet ski valve 92 Sea-Doo. Anyway, so I've typed it in. Rude Boy's got all my tyres listed up there, and they're definitely mine. Unfortunately, right. So the way I could identify them, because if they're just Goodyear tyres, there's no real way of telling. Even if you know, there's no real way of telling. Unfortunately for him, he uploaded a picture of one that had tan wool sprayed on it. And this was because we were doing a Focus shoot, and Focus were like desperate for the bikes to have tan walls on because that's what they're selling them as, right? So,
yeah.
So we all laughed about it at Focus because it was a massive pain in the arse. Actually spraying tan wool on so it looks realistic is really hard.
I can
and
imagine.
Me and Matt's, he's the mechanic at Focus. We were rushing around, taping stuff off, like masking it off, spraying it up, and they eventually ended up looking really good. They actually did look really, really like... in photos, you could never have told. Goodyear never made a tan wool tyre of their latest mountain bike range, but you wouldn't have been able to tell. And Goodyear even got inquiries about this tan wool tyre. So it became a thing that like loads of people knew about within my circle, whatever.
Yeah.
And Rude Boy's just listed one of them, and you should see it is listing. I can't look at it now for reasons I'll tell you. Yeah, it's gone now. Right, so I put up on my social media. I just put the story up on my social media and said, look, can you just go on there? I don't want any nasty messages because, I don't know this dude's struggle. He might be having a bad time. Well, clearly he is. He's nicking tyres from my garden.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's up to. Poor dude. Like, that sucks. But still, well, with that said, he stole from me. So I'm not. I don't condone stealing, so I wanted to do something about it. I'm not going to get the police over there. I'm not like... Well, I don't know.
The guy put his name on and everything. Like it was... yeah, it's a good point, man. What would I have done? Good question. What would I have done?
I'd like to also know what the listeners would have done, because I never know if I'm... I do think about stuff, but I never know if I'm really acting responsibly, because my initial reaction is like...
You know what? Here's what springs to mind straight away. It's... The issue of stealing the tyres is a problem. The major issue here is the snooping around.
I don't like the snooping around, dude.
That's where I think I'd have to draw a line and get the feds involved a little bit, but only to make them aware of it. It'd be maybe a 111 call of like, look, I found this. This guy's got him.
Yeah.
It's more of a case I want it on your radar, because if anything else goes missing, we've got our number one culprit.
Yeah. And yeah, exactly.
That's
right,
where
so,
I'm at with it.
So
because you can't take this shit lightly, dude. Because if you didn't do what you've already done, it carries on, and then he steals off someone who maybe isn't sponsored by Goodyear.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but I just hope it puts a little something in his mind, just like, because will have been hellish for him.
Yeah.
Because I had the amount of messages. So I put a thing out on my social media saying, no nasty comments. I don't want people picking on him and his life. You know, that's not what I'm about at all. Nothing but love. But I want him to write down. I want people to help me and write down, aren't those Ollie's tyres? and so he got. It's so good. He got flooded. Like, he'll have his notifications on, dude. He got from what I saw, the amount of comments. There was like 100 and something comments on each post. And they were comments that people could see on the Facebook Marketplace ad.
Yeah.
And then he also got endless messages on these Ollies. These look like Ollie's tyres. On these Ollies. Because I tell you what, I messaged him last night saying, dude, you can't, I noticed these in my tyres. I was wondering where those are gone. I did a real light-hearted message. Yeah. And it wasn't, I'm not...
And have you had any communications on it?
He saw it and didn't write back. So I was like, all right, motherfucker. Like, he's left the posts up, so he's still selling them. And since, I've now spoken to a number of people who have bought tyres, some people for their kids, some people have bought them themselves and they're young kids, and they've bought them and picked them up from him. And, these are like worn out tyres and...
Yeah. Mate, I don't even know what to say. Like, it's just disappointing.
It is. But I don't know what's gone on in his life.
I'm just disappointed.
Yeah.
Is it local? Like, is it super local?
Yeah, 50 miles. He knows where I live. He knows where I live, obviously, because he's nicked from my garden, and he now knows who I am. So I'm all out there. I'm not shouting at him. I'm not being horrible. I like it this way, dude. If I saw him on the street, it's not like I'd hold anything against him. If I saw him snooping in the garden again, dude, I might hold a few things against him, though.
Yeah,
Let me
definitely.
tell you.
Yeah, definitely. That's the thing, man. That's the worrying thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's the snooping. And especially at the moment, man, with how many bike shops are getting broken into and how many, not even bikes, just people's places are getting broken into now. Could be that guy's, and no allegations here, but there's a reason that he's looking for bike stuff.
He's selling other stuff,
I reckon you do the honourable thing and do the 111 call.
Do you reckon is that honourable?
Yeah, I think it is. Because he could have got something else off someone.
Snitches get stitches, though, dude. A kid who tells on another kid.
Yeah, but you're not a snitch if you've stolen off you. That doesn't make you
still snitching. Oh, I'm still snitching. I could go and... I know where he lives. I've got his address. I could go over there if I want. Like the people that have bought tyres off him. But it's not that level of importance to me. I just want him... I feel like, personally, I've made him aware now. And I've made him maybe think about it.
Yeah.
Hopefully, maybe that changes something. I'm not about knocking on people's doors. That said... Sam Reynolds had a downhill bike stolen from a kid that he lent it to ride. So Sam's lending his old Fest bike to a kid that we were riding with. Really nice thing. Kid gets it stolen from his garden shed, which is obviously horrible for the kid because it's he's borrowing the bigger boy's bike and then he gets it nicked.
Totally.
So anyway, we did some research. We got a fake pretend customer to organise a viewing. And then we all went round in the van. And it was so good, man. It was so good.
Really?
Because Sam was like... He bought the bike out and, the van was just one person in the van when it turned up. When he came back round with the bike, there's, 11 people. And, they're all bike riders. They've all got scabs on their elbows and, deliberately gnarly-looking people, we got. Yeah. And then... Sam's just like, oh yeah, that is my bike. Cool. Nice one, dude. And then we put it in the van and left. It was just and the guy was just so deflated,
Yeah. A while ago, when I lived with a friend in Sheffield, I had our shed broken into and they stole my dirt jump bike. It was I think it was probably one of the only ones of these in the UK. I had a giant STP 0 and it was a dirt jump bike, and it was this light blue that I got it from Australia, and I don't think they even did that colour here. It was really sexy bike, man.
Yeah.
And I had the shed broken into. It woke me up one morning, late night, and my room looked out on the shed, and I seen them taking this bike, and I was like, oi! Give it the big one. And I ran downstairs, but they'd already gone. My road bike was still in the garden, so I managed to keep hold of that, but they took my dirt jump bike. Gotcha. So obviously it was like quite... If you've seen it out and about, it's definitely mine. Anyway, it's about 3 months later, a friend of mine who is stacked. He basically looks like a cage fighter, but he's the gentlest guy, but he looks like a cage fighter. He's an angry looking guy. We used to call him the bulldog with a bee in his mouth, because he just looks angry. And he rang me and he's like, that bike of yours? I'm like, that you had stolen? I'm like, yeah. He's like, it's blue, isn't it, with white forks? I was like, yeah. He's like, right, I can see it. I'll ring you back. Puts the phone down. 2 minutes later, I've got your bike. And I was like, no way. Like, what the hell? He's like, I just saw a kid riding on it. So I got out of the car. I've hit him in the face. Got your bike in the back. I've got your bike back. And I was like, yes. But the problem is, it was like 3 months later, and it was fooked. It was absolutely annihilated.
Yeah, it's tough as well. You don't know if the kid's done it. Like, that's... I really
you might have even bought it legit.
Yeah,
you know?
you just don't know, do you? Yeah, I mean, I'm best case scenario, really. When, you know, with this tyre, I'm not going to go around your house. I'm not going to do that stuff. It's a set of tyres. It's not...
Yeah.
You know, I'm not... Deeks, on the other hand, you know.
Oh, man, he's in
there,
there,
You don't know who you're stealing from.
No,
you know,
he's armed up.
You know what happened? Deeks doesn't talk about it. But you know that bike? He knew where that bike was. That bike that got stolen, yeah.
Yeah.
He found out where that bike was. He had an address. Not only did he have an address, like, by the way, nothing happened in the end, but these dudes had 4 Marines camped outside their houses. Like, that's no joke, dude. That's not
no, it's
fun.
Not.
And thankfully, nothing happened. It all went. It wasn't like that at all. He decided against it, thankfully, because, you know, I'm not into that shit.
No.
It never ends good. It never ends good. But
isn't it cool in a way, though, that you... Dude, 100%. But isn't it cool how you can use that power of social media to help get stuff back as well? Like, you know, you've used yours, you know, as a bit of a leverage to sort of let this guy know. Yeah. I think that is probably one of the benefits of social media. But I don't think there's a place where you go to. Is there like a one-stop place? Like there must be like a Facebook group or something. It's like, right, I've had this stolen. Look out for it. That'd be kind of cool if we could have something like that, maybe. It
would be good. It's amazing how well it works, though, isn't it? It's like, it's actually shocking. And I guess actually, you know, we're coming into a time where we're going to be short of parts and stuff, and particularly like consumable items like tyres. It just makes you think, like, just think about who you're buying it off, and if it looks sketchy, it's probably sketchy. It's probably nicked, and it's probably nicked alongside a load of other stuff. Like, I was lucky. I just got tyres nicked, and it was no biggie. And exactly. But anyway, I've offered a load of kids new ones to replace the bad ones that the worn out ones that they've bought. I don't know why I offered it, but
oh really?
Yeah, I just think the whole thing just sucks.
That's nice of you, man. Like... That's really cool, actually. So you've offered them to buy them a new tyre for the ones that,
Yeah.
That's
because
really
they're
cool.
Because they're not buying tyres that are like, this guy's used and knows, you know, what's happened to them. They're worn out. They're not like... It's just so funny though, man. The amount of people, and I was really pleased as well. Actually, a lot like everyone refrained because it's too easy, dude, and it's not anyone's style. Like you can write stuff that it's not you. You wouldn't say it in person, so don't say it. So I'm really glad that everyone stuck to it, and they just did a simple. They look like Ollies. It's way better. It's way better. Way more.
Yeah,
funny.
It is. Bit of humour.
Hopefully the dude can have a laugh as well. He's made a bit of money anyway. He's selling them for fucking near retail.
Best part of 800 quid in his bank. He's having a laugh. He's having a great time.
I know, right? There you go. So that's my...
Wow. Hopefully he's a podcast listener. If you're listening, reach out. Let's get you on the show. Let's have a chat, see what's going on.
Nothing but love, brother.
Nothing but love. Funny. So we've got a few things we're going to cover today. As usual, we're going to peddle some stuff.
What are we peddling, dog? Oh yeah, we've got actually loads. Yeah, we need to crack on.
Yeah. We're going to invite people to this premiere tomorrow, right?
Yes, indeed. Right, I wasn't sure where you're going, which was the first thing we're doing. But yeah, the premiere, that's very exciting, actually. And I think it'll be really fun.
Yeah, I do. I think it's going to be fun. So there's a premiere going on tomorrow night of a mini...
Wait, when is it? is it today night?
Oh, sorry, it's this evening. If you're listening today on Wednesday,
Yeah.
my bad. Good call. Nice, Ollie. Good
Hosting,
courage.
dude, hosting.
So it'll be this evening at 6 p.m. in UK time. So it'll be 7 p.m. in Europe. Another time somewhere else in the world, but equally, use the time clock on your app, on your phone, and you'll figure this out.
We'll put the link in the description as well, because then you can click on it. And it actually does have a countdown, doesn't it?
It does indeed. So if you go on it right now, the countdown says 28 hours from when we're recording this. And look at that, Ollie. I've set a reminder. Ooh,
Nice.
baby.
One click of the button. It's done.
And I've left a comment in the chat already. The
Nice.
Lockdown Companion was here.
Yeah.
You like that?
Nice.
So that's there. So this little it's called The Inner Child, the documentary. It's on Focus's YouTube channel.
It's going to be good. It was fun. We basically, when we shot the Inner Child campaign of us playing around in the playground and all of that, we just did also some interview things and knocking about. And Cut's going to do a good job of it, so I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, dude. We've both seen like the trailer and a little bit of the film.
Yeah.
And it looks really cool, and I think it goes into some of the stuff that we've been talking about quite a lot, especially because of this Inner Child campaign. Talking about when you first started riding and basically all that sort of stuff about getting into mountain biking and shit like that. So super cool. I'm looking forward to it. I think I know a lot of that about you, and a lot of listeners will already. But is there anything
It's true, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, but is there anything from filming this that stood out as something that really made you think and has left a bit of an impact on you? Ooh, interview question. Loves it.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah, wow, you fucking slipping right into the old role there, aren't you, boy? Do you know what? I guess there is there were a few moments where we were talking where it did make me think. I mean, riding's obviously quite a childlike. I think I come across as a bit childish at times, obviously. But riding to me is not serious. I'm not willing to really be too serious about riding.
There's something you said in there in the trailer actually, which is that the 8-year-old version of you would think that you're quite cool right now, which I think is really sick. That's really cool.
That is true. Yeah,
That's
it's
cool.
funny. Oh, do you know what the problem is, dude? I talk a lot of smack. I don't know what I'm talking about, and they keep pointing the cameras. They keep it rolling. So honestly, to me, the premiere is going to be. I don't know what I said. I'll be honest.
Awesome. Even better. Even better.
But what you can rest assured is it's authentic.
Yeah, I can imagine. When you were 8, what did you want to be?
Well, I wanted to be an NBA player, I'll be honest. But
yeah.
I did also like pickups. I like motorbikes. I like bikes. I like jumping, wheelies, skids, fire, explosions.
Did you ever have an actual career, a choice sort of thing?
No.
Because I was thinking about this the other day. So what did you do for your work experience?
Interesting. I worked a car mechanic for one of them. Yeah. Yeah, I did, yeah. I remember my dream job as a kid was zookeeper. That was the go-to. What was yours?
Wow.
Like when you were a kid, you know?
You're literally doing exactly what you said you would do when you were 8.
Yeah, I've got the scorpion right next to me here as we talk.
Yeah.
But what was your like one?
Yeah,
earliest job.
Yeah, so earliest job, firefighter has always been something that I'd want to do. It's always been there. Yeah. My sort of weird one, not even weird one, was like my actual, what I thought I'd do was work on as a mechanic on a sort of supercross team, motocross team.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Did, right?
Which I sort of did. I did do that for a little bit, but that's what I was really sort of aiming towards.
Yeah.
But, dude, when I did my work experience, this is what I was thinking about, right? So when most kids at my school, when we did work experience, stayed somewhere within the town, right? It was like we go to a local paper or garage or whatever. I went to a motocross shop, which was about 50 miles away every day. And I remember it, dude, because I used to leave my house super early, like 5 a.m. I don't know. It was like 3 buses to get there. And then the last bit of the journey was to walk along an industrial estate for probably 2 miles. And there was no path. There was no like footpath. So you're at the side of a road with lorries going past. And I did it every day.
That's sick.
And to get home as well. So like my days were like 18-hour days.
Loves the
for
challenge,
free.
Eh?
Like, because I was just a work experience guy. And on the very last day, so this company, it was called RPM Motorcycles. People from around here might remember it. It's a pretty cool little motocross store out in the middle of buttfuck nowhere.
Yeah.
And basically, I was working towards, they were going to give me this RI helmet. They were going to give me this Kevin Windham replica RI helmet. And it was, at the time, it was like probably 300 quid or something. They were going to give me that for all my hard work and my dedication. And on the very last day, I got my shoelace caught on a kickstand. So I was moving, because they somehow let me move bikes around. I was moving this, like, I can't remember what it was. It was something like an R6 or something something expensive. And I went to put the kickstand down and I got my shoelace caught on it. And I'll never forget just being like hobbling around. And then I just dropped it and smashed the fairing. And I was like, oh, that was my bonus was done. Last day.
Gutted.
That was
it.
it.
A long walk out of that trading estate, wasn't it?
Yeah, man. It was an awkward last couple of hours, and then I just left, and that was it. It's game over.
That's so funny. I when I did work experiences, 15 or 16.
I think it's 15 or 16.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think I did work. It might have been called shadowing or whatever. Anyway, in this car garage, right? It always sticks with me today. So you know when someone's just like, yeah, I'm just going to take the car for a service. I was your man doing the servicing.
Really?
Well, yeah, like they were just like, yeah, dude. Literally, when we service cars, this garage, which I'm not going to name, they're like, just stick it on the ramp, oil filter out, new one in, and then just stick new oil in. That's a service. Yeah. Like that was it.
Nothing.
Well, they don't do anything because it's just a service. Is just like a blanket state. It's just like a broad like.
Totally.
What does it mean?
Totally.
Seb always
That's
jokes.
class.
My friend Seb always jokes about servicing a boiler, and you go in with an adjustable, and you because it's just a button. So you just like it's too easy for them to know whether there's a fault or whatever. So you just go in, look, it's fine. Ding-a-ling-a-ling. You got to think about what you're buying, man, haven't you? Whether it's tyres, servicing.
Don't get ripped off by tradesmen.
Yeah.
Oh, man, it's true. Anyway, this premiere, 6 p.m, YouTube, Focus Bikes. We're all going to hang out there in the chat. And I was going to offer to buy some pizzas if anyone wants a pizza for tea. First person to DM, let's put it. I'll just put it out there.
That's a sick idea. I didn't even think about that. You can do
second person, two people, slide into the DMs as soon as you've listened to this episode, and I'll buy you some pizza to sit and watch.
I'll go halves. I'll send you some money, dog. Yeah.
All right, let's buy 2 people dinner.
Yeah, done.
That'll be a laugh, won't it?
And it'd be winner, chicken dinner. It
There
has
you
to
go.
be chicken pizza. That's one.
Okay,
thing.
it has to be a chicken.
Yeah.
It has to be a chicken pizza. Chicken barbecue pizza.
Yeah.
Okay, winner, chicken dinner. 2 people. First 2 in the DMs after this episode goes out. Send me your address. Got to be in the UK. Let's just throw that out there. And you've got to and also other thing. There's got to be some sort of pizza place close to you because we can't be paying 50 quid for some delivery into the middle of nowhere. So, come on, you got to live in a town or something like that, and we'll buy you some pizza.
Hey, on that note, I've got a box here. You're meant to have one as well. It says not to be opened until podcast. I don't know what's happened to yours.
Either.
No, but Mo says it's coming later. So Mo he's kind of become a character on the podcast, hasn't he, really?
Yeah.
We should get Mo
he's like
on.
this guy behind the scenes who makes cool shit happen.
He is. Mo.
He's like the button pusher.
Dude, he is. So Mo is my athlete manager at Focus. I say I do the inverted commas because it's me, athlete.
Take some managing, dude. He's more of a counsellor, I feel like.
Exactly, yeah. Look at that. I've got these, and you've got some coming as well for the premiere.
Sick.
Hell yeah, dude. Well, good.
Sick.
Fantastic.
It's insane. So we're going to have some beers. We're going to hang out in the chat.
Mate, brilliant. Cheers, Mo. Cheers, folks.
That's awesome. Thank you, Mo. Appreciate it. I'll send a photo later of mine when they land. Because we could have cracked one.
We could have. Shall I now anyway, or? Bit weird, isn't it? I need a wee. Can I go for a wee? I've never even needed a wee before. What are you going to talk about, dude?
Probably about you, actually.
Right, I'm going for a wee. See you in a bit.
Alright. See you later. Make sure it's a 1, not a 2. One thing I've just remembered now while he's gone is that we need to ask him about that certificate which is behind him, which looks like it's a Guinness World Record thing. So that's something that someone submitted. So bit of a reminder there. Thank you very much. And other than that, I'm just going to check Instagram. Make sure no one's sending their address already somehow. It's a long way. It's kind of awkward on your own. Not gonna lie. Peak Food District mug guards available in the store. Peddle some more merch while he's not here. What else we got we can sell?
Panic not. I'm back.
Oh yeah, I was just selling stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was just trying to sell some mud guards and stuff.
Good on
So you leaving just reminded me of something.
Go on.
A few listeners or viewers on YouTube have spotted something in the background which they wanted me to ask you about. So that certificate, there's a world record certificate behind
There
it.
is. See, I meant to put all of this up and make it look really cool, and then it's one of those jobs. So
Yeah.
let's get it.
So is it most money spent on Facebook Marketplace? What is it? What we got?
Yeah, it's most stuff, most steezy, I think.
Yeah.
Rider? Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's
Most
next
pollution
topic.
into the ocean from one vessel.
No, I'll show you. I'll go and get it.
Please.
I think it is mega cool. I never thought I'd have one of these. So, it is a world record. It doesn't still stand, by the way.
No. Can we get it back?
Got beaten.
Before you turn it round, can we get it back?
Look, my pipe can only be so long. It's not still growing. No, it's not my pipe. Okay, it's the longest urban downhill bicycle race.
Wow.
BSI London, which is me, Christian, Bean, and Party John, and Duncan Ferris.
That's sick.
Columbia. It's cool, isn't it?
Yeah, so that's a world record.
This is an actual one. Like, you can see the... so it's an actual world record that we held for the longest urban... I mean, could there be a more niche world record?
It's pretty niche.
It's pretty
I'll
niche,
be real.
but I'm stoked with it anyway.
Yeah, but so you could get it again.
Could get it again, yeah. I mean,
Who took it?
Red Bull did. On purpose as well. They just saw
They
that
have everything.
because we got a lot of that
take
created
this
a lot
t-shirt
of
off.
hype.
Yeah.
That created a lot of hype in Colombia and South America. Like, it was really big. The Guinness people coming there and like,
Wow.
and it went pretty big all over TV. So obviously Red Bull regional people were just like, let's do that, but more. But it's interesting. It was cool that they
Wow.
So this is I bang on about this experience because it was obviously really, really amazing building a track in Colombia, but it was also interesting to see when the Guinness lady turned up to kind of officially adjudicate, and she earned so much money just turn up and like.
Really? Where did she come from? From the UK or?
She was flown in.
Really?
So maybe I can't remember where she was from, but yeah, that's.
And from memory, you have to pay Guinness World Records to come out and do that. Is that right?
Yes, you do indeed. It was a lot of money as well. It was a lot of money.
Yeah.
It was a lot more money than we got paid to build the track even. So it was quite amusing really when I found out how much they got paid to just to literally like tick a box like, yep, it's the
Yeah.
longest one. And it's more
That's
than
insane.
us slaving for like 2 weeks digging dog
Do you
shit
think-
and
Do you think world records still stand up? Oh man, you're cracking one. Let me crack something at
cheers,
least.
Mo. Cheers, Mo.
Hang on.
Come on, go and get something. This is the episode where we leave the chairs. It's falling apart, this podcast, dude. How many more do you reckon we got in us? Honestly, I don't know, but cheers, Mo. Cheers, Focus. Cheers, Cut. Cheers, Davey. Cheers.
Not quite the same. Cheers.
Cheers, the Goodyear second-hand tyre salesman bloke. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers to life, dude. Let's just cheers to life.
I only learnt the other day that a session IPA is called a session IPA because it's of lower... Maybe I learnt something that's incorrect, but it's of lower percentage so that you can session it, mate.
No,
So you can
that
drink more.
can't.
Apparently
Is it
so,
really?
yeah.
It's meant to be for the session.
It's for the sesh, dude, so you can just knock loads back. So it seems it's midday over here right now and I'm drinking a session IPA. Like a shandy.
We need a Centurion IPA. Which is like...
Water.
Yeah, it's just water.
We're not doing another one of those, dude. I know you're coming back down south. It's not something that happens often.
No, it might
No
be a
one
different
drinks.
vibe this year, actually, because Emma wants to come and she wants to stay in somewhere nice, basically. That was a word.
Wicked. Let me... okay, we'll talk about it afterwards. I'll get you a sick spot.
Cool, there you go. Yeah, so it might be a different vibe for the old freedom ride. Do we need to cover anything on freedom? So, okay, what were we talking about before? Guinness World... Here's what I was going to say. Sorry, I lost my train of thought.
Sorry,
do you
I've
think...
got records coming out my ears. It happens a
Yeah,
lot.
the record threw me,
like,
dude.
What's that?
The record threw me off. Can't cope. Do you think world records are still as important now as they were when you used to get the book for Christmas as a kid?
I would
Because I used to get that book.
Yeah, and how cool was that book? It was all like
I used
people
to
with
get that
loads of piercings and...
Long fingernails was in there.
Do you know what's fucking funny, right? That just came to my head. You know when you're little and... Well, so when you're little and there's not the internet at your fingertips, any sort of shot of like a lady naked, you like remember where it is? I'm sure there's listeners that... So this is like a young boy growing up. I remember having pages in Guinness World Record books where it was like the lady with the most tattoos, and you could kind of see her naked. And I remember being like, "Whoa, this is so sick! I need to remember that page number." And the same goes for like,
Dude, catalogues when I was a kid.
yeah, catalogues, catalogues, and you go to the bra pages, yeah. Like, that's so funny. That's so not a thing anymore. They literally just type in whatever they want on their rectangles and they've got it.
It's
And
so
we were
scary.
like scraping around in Debenhams catalogues looking for the outline of a nipple. It's insane.
Dude, can you imagine, right? This is kind of dark, and I'm sorry to say this, but can you imagine what... Oh, I'm not going to say it. You know what I'm probably going to say. Like what... Oh, it's horrible.
No, go on.
Can you imagine what, like, young people losing their virginity looks like now?
No.
Like, to a lad who's just like...
No.
like,
I mean, it's
look,
sad, really, isn't it?
trying to
It's
get
colourful.
camera angles.
But then equally, I like to think that in that moment, everyone's as useless as everyone. You know, it's like a human experience, isn't it? You don't go straight in like
No.
all guns
Just
blazing.
imagine some young lad at like 15, 16 setting up
Nah.
the cameras.
Oh, please no! I hope not. Dude, it's a real
All
thing
the
though, isn't
lighting.
it? Because like for sure, people growing up with it is different experience of the world than
Yeah.
I definitely.
Dude, I had no idea.
That's funny that I thought that when you said Guinness Book of Records and you got the book, I thought that I was remembering like the
Yeah.
most tattooed lady or something, and you could see her nipple or like
Yeah.
something. You know, that's
I
insane.
used to read
isn't
it religiously every year.
Yeah.
Crazy.
You weren't just looking for the naked ladies though, no.
No, I don't think so. I was just looking at hot air balloons and stuff like that. I think that's probably what I keep thinking about when I was actually considering trying to break that world record and how absolutely utterly ridiculous it was. But how now I'm starting to think again. I'm like, actually, this still could work. That's what my brain's doing.
What world record?
So I told you about my world record, no?
Oh,
Must
you
have.
have told me about your world record, but
Yeah.
tell me again.
Okay, so my whole plan was to, when I started this business, Hook It, HKT as it's called now, I was looking at a way to promote it and get it sort of on the in front of people and get some publicity behind it. So I had two things I wanted to do. I was either going to try and break the world record for the world's longest mountain bike jump,
Yeah.
or start a podcast. And
There you go.
here we are. So
Here you are.
yeah, but yeah,
Killing
dude,
it.
I got far with it. You know, I got like location sorted, bike sponsors. That's how I knew that you had to pay the Guinness World Record people.
Yeah.
So I was on that. I was looking into it. Like, how do I get it official?
I think it was 18 grand for her to turn up in Colombia.
Oh wow, yeah. Ours was Doncaster, so it's probably going to be a little bit cheaper, to be fair. But still,
Interesting though that.
yeah, dude, it's still there. It still ticks away in the back of my head. I'm like, actually, probably still give that a shot at some point.
Longest mountain bike jump.
It's not that ridiculous.
Would you be up for it? Like if you could if we could start something that becomes a meme and you actually have to do it, would you be up for it? You know what I mean? Like if people campaign for it.
Mate, I've seen. I'm gonna be careful what I say here because I've seen what this thing can do sometimes.
I know, I know.
Like it's not like if yeah, I'm not saying this to nobody if that makes sense. Like, so I'm gonna say no at the moment because I'm
good.
quite happy and I'm quite healthy. But ultimately, if there's many people
all the time, dude, because like, you know, like when people are like, oh yeah, you should do Rampage. I don't want to do Rampage, and no amount of social media bullying will make me do Rampage. I don't want to. I don't want people shouting my name. I don't want helicopters. I don't want to go over canyons. I don't want to.
Ultimately, it's I don't know.
But it could happen, couldn't it, with social media and with bloody memes and things getting shared?
It could, especially if things have progressed over the years. Like I feel like it's something that actually could be a thing. Yeah. Like, you know, the next thing would be someone sliding into DMs who's like, I'm a stunt coordinator, I'll do it for free. And like stuff like that starts happening, and the next thing you know, next thing you know, you're on fucking Trans World Sport. You don't know how it happened.
You're in the montage, just doing sit-ups in the garden with chickens around. You're like, fuck, I've got to jump bloody 150 foot now. Oh, no.
I don't think it was ridiculous. It's not ridiculous.
Is it not? No.
Nah, it's not. It's not. I mean, it is big, but it's ultimately, it's not like the actual official one isn't.
Yeah.
I mean, you dare say that anyone who went out, you know, if they went out to Rampage and measured some of those jumps, they'd be like, that is the longest jump. But the actual ramp to dirt jump isn't crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
Anyway, let's just leave that there.
Exactly, before it comes. I'd rather see you get a hot air balloon, I'll be honest.
Same, to be honest. And a few people have been sending links, so thank you for that. And
interesting, man.
Again, not crazy expensive, man. You're basically looking, from the research I've done this week, is like £16,000 will get you a canopy. And then
that's without the basket.
You just need your basket and a bit of
just use
whatever.
a fucking bag for life, couldn't you? Use fucking bag for life.
Just use a fucking bag for life. Just use a washing basket.
Dude, it's not even funny. Did you see the bloody video that we got? We get sent a lot of videos, but we got sent the video of the hot air balloon going through the power cable. And it's like, it's the most brakeless thing you've ever seen. You know, the most, like, out of control.
Yeah, you're literally just hanging on with that one, aren't you?
You are, yeah.
You can't do anything at all. Wow.
Ridiculous.
Innit? I don't know. It'll happen one day. I
believe it, dude. I believe it.
I think Sack should do it. I feel like Sack should have a hot air balloon. I said to Darren, who I worked with on Sacks today, I was like, what do you know Goodyear for the most, other than having tyres stolen out of people's gardens? And he was like, tyres? And I was like, no, keep thinking. He's like, the Blimp. I was like, Sack's Blimp. Sack's hot air balloon, mate. Everyone would know about it. It'd be there.
Those Blimps are getting pricey, though, because they're VIP, aren't they? I want to go in the Goodyear Blimp so bad.
I think it's going to happen.
I really hope it does.
I wonder when it was last flown and what event.
Oh, it gets flown all over the place. It's obviously really big for It's really big for I think it's the Super Bowl. The Goodyear Blimp always flies over the Super Bowl, so it's got that guarantee. I think it's got that guaranteed spot every year.
Minty.
Yeah, dude.
Speaking of events, something else I was thinking about over the weekend. I was going to ask you: have you watched a Formula One race?
Never, and I'd love to. I've watched them on TV.
So this is my thought process. What other sport is more interesting behind the scenes than Formula One? Nothing. Like the behind the scenes of it. I don't know if it's just how Netflix shot that show, but I watched that and I was like, right, I'm a Formula One fan. Can't wait. I then sit down to watch the race, and after a few laps, I was like, God, this is like watching bloody paint dry. It's so boring.
Really? There you go. Yeah, interesting. I mean,
but the behind the scenes.
You've got to be invested, haven't you? So you've got every one of these, every one of those. You've got to remember that underneath the helmet there is that character that you followed in Drive to Survive. Like that's how it's made it interesting to me, because I've followed it a bit, but I've never really been into it like I am now since Drive to Survive.
So you have watched some this year? No.
Yeah, I've watched full races. Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh wow, there you go. You see, I tried and I just couldn't. But I thought, well, I
thought you meant in person. Sorry, dude.
No,
in person, no. I think it's probably even tougher in reality. Like once you get over the initial, oh my god, they're so loud. You're just literally watching. You don't have any commentary. You don't have any narrative. It's like
no.
But I still would like to. I still would.
Yeah, it'd be a good experience for sure.
Did you see? I don't know if you saw. I can't remember if it was in quali or in main event, but Hamilton's race engineer. I think they call them race engineers. Basically, the guy on the other end of the phone.
Yeah.
He's a fan of Warner, and he did look at the time, Lewis.
Did he?
And it was 100% because he's a fan of Warner, and he got in touch.
Oh,
how cool is that? So something will happen. Something's in the pipeline.
That's cool.
That is rad, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Look at the time, Lewis.
That's really sick.
That guy, the voice on the microphone. Yeah, amazing.
Wow, that would be cool to get Warner out doing that.
Yeah, wouldn't it?
These guys actually, you probably, they all mountain bike and stuff.
Yeah, there you go.
Who do you think the most famous person is that listens to us chat or to shit every week? I wonder if there's someone out there. It might be.
Who knows? There might be. Right in. How weird would that be? I like to think I'm the most famous person that listens to you guys. The weirdest contest ever. Yeah, we'll write in and you could get a King Good bike cleaner. Which brings me perfectly on to our next segment, which is judging the contest that we ran last week.
Imagine, it's Daniel Ricciardo. I'm a pretty big fan.
No worries, mate. What's your address? Blah, 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 Monaco. Sorry, dude. It's UK only. Sorry, mate.
Sorry, Daniel. Next year, maybe. Shall we... Fuck you, know. Shall we pick a winner?
Dude, let's do it. So we're doing random selection on this one because it wasn't a creative one. It was just a comment.
But well done to everyone who submitted a thing. We had...
Yeah, wicked.
What are we on? 281. Decent entry, that. I had a nice message from Matt at Kinggood as well saying thank you. Brilliant. So that's nice. And thank you to everyone. It makes a difference, honestly, to see. It was so funny. I think I told you that this podcast, the audio version of the podcast goes out UK time, usually around 3:34 a.m. I woke up at 6 a.m. and there was already a shit ton of comments on there, and I was like, that's weird. This is insane, but really cool. So thank you everyone, wherever you are in the world that listens, that entered. So that's
yeah, too right, and it does help us when you enter these contests. I know, and it's funny. I think it's mega funny, isn't it?
Yeah. I think it's awesome. Do you want to do it, or should we do one each? What do you want to do?
Well, what have we got? I'm actually struggling to remember the actual prize package deal that we've got. Is it just one winner? Cricket. See, this is the problem. We're just not professional enough.
One second. Okay, I might have put a photo on Instagram of us two before we started this podcast. And I've had a couple of messages of people saying what happens if I go to that URL. So I'm just going to take that down real quick.
Which URL is it?
Our recording episode.
Oh, imagine!
So people could just randomly show up.
It's happened before. They happen to be guests, but still, we're not in complete control. Okay, so I'm gonna pick one now through the comments. I'm winding through, and it's this one here. Okay, so I've done that on video, so it's truly random, and it's Little Lemmy.
Little Lemmy.
Yep, so Little _Lemmy, that's Mitch James.
Let me make a note. Little _Lemmy. That's
Stoked,
cool.
actually. He's a dad, he loves biking, and he's won himself a whole load of killer product.
I tell you what, it's a King Good prize, that.
That is a King Good prize.
King Good prize, that. Little Lemmy. Good vibes. All right, shall I do one?
Yeah, you do one.
Come on, let me do one.
If we got two prizes to give, I can't remember what the deal was.
We've got three.
Three, perfect. We got a podium. Wicked. Okay.
We've got three. So I'm gonna do, just so it's fair.
Yeah.
Do you see my video pixelated, by the way?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That one. We've got _Brad _Norris. There you go.
Brad Norris.
Yeah, we'll go with Brad Norris.
Why?
Because he's in New Zealand.
Well, actually, you dude. Click on Brad Norris and check that he follows King Good, because that's part of it.
Following, yeah, you're right. That's a good shout. Following Not following Kinggood. Actually isn't following
Brad's
Kinggood.
out of there, dude. Denied. Thanks
Brad,
for
you're
entering,
out.
but brother, you got to read the instructions.
You got to read the instructions, Brad. Good shout, Ollie. Thank
Go
you.
again, no
Save the
problem.
day. Go again. Here we go.
Save the day. / postage.
All right, we've got Kelbury RMK. Kelbury RMK. Yep, Kelbury RMK. Okay, here we go. Ryan Kelby following. It's actually a private account, so you can't see who he's following. So that's tough.
But he's in. He's done it. I mean, yay! Okay, so that's that second one. And now we're doing the third one. I'm going to do that one because.
Please do, for God's sake, get me out of this thing. Before I screw it up.
We've got Deadpool 2E.
Ooh, I've kind of don't know this guy, but I'm aware of him because he often comments on stuff. So that's really
Mark.
cool.
He's won himself a cracking selection of Kinggood products. Once again, the best in the game. And
Deadpool 2E.
products that don't damage our wonderful environment. Oh, do you know
Mate,
who was close then? Whose comments right next to Deadpool 2E?
Who?
Primeval Illustration. Shout out to Primeval Illustration. You nearly won it, dude.
Shout out to Primeval Illustration.
That's a lass.
So close. Perfect segue. That's actually as if you've set that up, which I know you didn't.
I actually didn't know because I don't know what you're about to talk about.
But Primeval is going to work on a Lockdown Companion special frame protection and mudguard kit, which is going to be sick. And if anyone out there would like to contribute, then if there's something that stood out in the podcast, then let me know, because we're going to try and get everything included. So it's going to be
Davey,
a really cool design.
An example of something that someone might say that's been
Yes.
included in the podcast?
We're going to have snake illustrations. We're going to have G-Wagons. We're going to have mops. We're going to have feet. We're going to have headphones. We're going to have chickens, scorpions,
I mean,
spike ball logos, trees. Get busy, Primeval. What else do you want on there? Come on, what else? What else
Dude,
could there
that
be?
sounds
Hot air
like the
balloon,
most ridiculous
Tunnocks,
collection anyway.
jet ski.
Dude, this is nearly as obscure as my Guinness World Record. Guinness World Records. There you go. Hey, what have you been watching or listening to, by the way, lately? That sounds really good, by the way. I'm super excited.
Yeah, Primeval's working on it, guys. We hopefully have it out in the next month or so. We'll have a frame protection and mudguard range.
Rad. Do you know I did?
Companion.
I'm sorry, I just did that thing where I ask you because I want to say what I.
No.
You know
I'll
what I
let you
mean?
go.
So
yeah.
that's why I did it. Really. I'm
let you go.
Just being honest. Okay,
So,
shall I go first then?
Hey Ollie, what have you been listening to? What have you been watching?
Hey, let me tell you, dude. Let me tell you. Okay, so my one for this week is a real good discovery, actually, and maybe an additional podcast that is a bike related. So I don't follow BMX, especially not street BMX, that much. I follow a selection of trail riders, but I don't really follow it otherwise. Obviously, I know Dennis Ennison is because he's a complete killer. He's a he's like, I was going to say cold-blooded killer, but I thought, I'm really making him sound like he actually kills people. But he's a G on a bike, right?
Yeah.
So he's got a really good podcast with a friend of his, and I just started listening to them, watching them. Semenuk was on there, so that was an interesting podcast, well worth listening to. And there's one with Corey Walsh. So Corey Walsh I knew previously because he did a Sound of Speed in the bowls.
Yeah.
Basically, he's one of these like gnarly bowl riders, brakeless, pull up massively high, super impressive to watch, crazy good steez. So the reason Corey Walsh's podcast was super interesting to me was that Corey Walsh has recently come out as gay, and in BMX that is pretty much that's it's not like, obviously it's going on, but people aren't doing it, and there must be a reason behind it. And
could say is the first, would you say?
He's not.
First person to
I
come
think
out?
Matt Beringer did as well, and I'm sure there's many other people that have. I'm not clued up, but certainly in mountain bike we don't really have it. So
No.
I mean, quite frankly, I couldn't care less whether he's into dudes or girls. But equally, unfortunately, the world we live in, it does have weight, and it does have,
Yeah.
you know, it just got me thinking. Loads of the shit he talks about is so relevant and so cool, and it's really, really worth a watch, basically.
Awesome.
And yeah, go on.
Annoyingly, I've actually just checked on my YouTube. I've got it queued, and I pressed play this morning. I listened to the first 5 minutes, and then I've been, as we spoke about before, I've been pretty busy today, and I just haven't managed to get into it. But you recommended it the other day to me, and I was like,
good,
right,
dude, yeah.
I'm gonna watch this. I'm gonna listen because I wanted to. I want to.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I don't understand it, because I do. I'm the same as you. I'm like, whatever. I don't care what you're into.
Yeah.
If you're good on a bike, you're good on a bike. You deserve a place in the industry.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Look, dude, I feel like I have to preface it with, I don't care what your sexuality. I really couldn't care.
Yeah.
And I've never been homophobic in any way. However, in our world, people use language that is normalised. It is, dude. It is. And I've said stuff's gay, and I've said these things, and listening to the podcast, it was really good, because he was talking about it like, that's a language problem, and it's cultural. So saying that when I've used the term before, I've used just the incorrect word, but it was a word that all of us understood. So if I've said, "Oh, that's gay," it's not because I have any hatred towards any other sexual orientation. However, if you have that sexual orientation, that's 100% what it comes across as. And I think, like, in riding, it's kind of a bit bro-y, isn't it? It's laddie, or it's...
Yeah. I think, as well, when we were younger, you just don't understand the context of that word. It was just like, obviously the same, used to say it all the time, "Oh, that's gay," but like, it doesn't mean that you have anything against gay people or anything. Even as a kid, I definitely didn't. I never have. But ultimately, there was certain things happen in school that were probably not nice for kids, that maybe didn't sound like other lads. You know what once happened to me, right? And this isn't about me at all. But I used to have a huge sort of issue with this. Right, okay, so when you're at school and everyone's voice starts to break, I think mine was quite late, and one kid at school, only ever happened once, just came up to me and went, "Hiya, Davy," like that, right? And it changed probably 2 years of life from like school. So I was like, I weren't thinking like, am I gay? But I know that when you're going through puberty, you do have some mixed emotions, right? You do think like, what? You're just maybe a bit uncertain, and it's not even that you have any sort of. I'm trying to be not careful what I say here, but I'm sort of trying to explain it to the best I can. I'm not good at this sort of stuff, but you don't have any sort of sexual orientation towards guys. But you start thinking like, what if later in life, what? And I don't know why I was doing that, but I really started to like doubt myself, just because this one kid said that to me, and it was because I didn't have a deep voice. That's all it was.
Dude, Corey Walsh goes into he talks about so many things that just hit home and made me think. And like I'm in a group of friends, and we're tough with each other, and we're horrible to each other, and that's how it is. It's not like you couldn't like. Quite often when we go to other countries and we meet other friends from other countries, they can't even work out if we're angry at each other, because we're giving each other shit the whole time for everything. So nothing's out of bounds, and it's this kind of like I've grown up with that. It's not that I'm actually an arsehole. I love my friends, and I'd never like no one's offended. None of my friends are offended when we're giving each other shit. So and I feel like this language language becomes part of this, and so naturally those words get thrown in. But none of my friends have anything against anyone who is gay, and yet we would have used that language. Now when I say it feels wrong. Yeah, totally. Yeah, like totally. The world has changed. It has changed a lot. Yeah, you're right. And I wonder if kids do still say it actually. Like when we used to say it 12, 13, 14 years old. Yeah. Definitely don't use it anymore, just because it just doesn't make any sense anymore to me. But interesting. I'm looking forward to watching and listening. Really good, to it, to be honest. Because dude, some of the shit. Ultimately, what was the decision to come out? Like, what was it? Do you know? I think He says a lot of things that I think about a lot. Like he says stuff like, you don't know other people's struggles, and I've had loads of times in life where I've thought that, and that was one of the things that he brought up. And he was going through life before. He didn't know he was gay, but he knew he was hiding something. He knew, he was moving. He was the quiet guy. He didn't feel himself. He couldn't completely open up because somewhere deep down he was like hiding something.
Wow. Yeah.
And it affected
that must
his
be
life
very
really
liberating.
badly. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And that's what they talk about. They talk about how he's like a different person. And when I say a different person, he's not, hi guys, stereotypical, any of that. The dude wears black hoodies, listens to death metal, boosts out of quarters higher than anyone in the park. Like, nothing's changed. And to all his friends, nothing's changed.
Yeah.
And in that respect,
I wonder if that
for
is
me,
the
that's
thing,
more
though,
powerful. That's like...
Yeah. I wonder if it is that, though, that you think things are going to change and you almost like it how it is, and you feel like maybe if you did come out and say something, that you're otherwise inclined with sexuality, that things would just change. Your friends would start reacting to you the way they do. Maybe there wouldn't be.
Dude,
things would just
imagine
change.
being BMX, dude. BMX is gnarly.
Yeah.
BMX it's like the hardest thing to... I can't even think of... Off the top of my head, I can't think of a worse sport to come out in. I mean, maybe moto. Moto would be tough, wouldn't it?
You know what? I think there's a few. There's maybe like ice hockey, like proper locker room sports.
Yeah.
Would be tough as well. I think.
Yeah, team sports.
Any
would
sport.
Make it tough. But I think like BMX is
probably,
so about like hanging out at a park, isn't it? It's so much about like fucking get off the ramp, Grom. You're in the way, squid. Like.
Yeah, I suppose. But there's also but locker rooms very much have a shower with the lads after sort of vibe.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
That's what I mean. Just lads together is often kind of different. I know that some
tough,
of the
man.
best times of my life have been in locker rooms with a bunch of guys as well. And I know that if anyone on our hockey teams came out, it'd be absolutely fine. We'd just be like, cool. Yeah,
I know, that's it. Like,
doesn't matter.
I do remember saying, like, I've got friends who are gay, and I remember when I was at university and I said stuff. I would have said, like, it was so entrenched in me, that language. I would have said like, oh, it's fucking gay, that thing, or whatever. I would have said those words. And then I remember seeing my friend's face. So that was actually really when I actually stopped using that word. And we talked about it, I said like, oh, sorry, dude, I didn't mean it like that. I just use that word as like a way of saying it's not my thing. Like, it's like a one-syllable way of saying this is not my thing. Really,
It's crap. Yeah.
Yeah, which is 100% wrong. I don't know, it's tough, isn't it?
Interesting.
But,
yeah, I'm going to listen. I'd like to learn more about it. It's a conversation that I should probably have more often. Just talking about it, understanding it. Not that there's anything to understand, if I'm honest, but I just want to understand it from his perspective.
Dude,
why
it's
it took
brilliant,
so long and stuff
brilliant
like that.
listen, super interesting, and definitely
I heard
worth doing.
Dennis has been killing it with this podcast too. So
he is.
It's
He's
funny because
really
I was on
good.
his Instagram just the other night, like looking just to see who he'd had on and stuff, just out of pure interest. So a lot of BMXers and a lot of a few mountain bike guys as well.
Smart
Chris Fox
dude.
has been on there and stuff. So
he's a really, really smart dude. Yeah, he comes across really, really well on the podcast. So I can recommend it
awesome
for sure.
What have you been listening to?
Oh man, you've caught me short. I thought I was prepared then. I had all this laid out. Oh no, I know what I'm listening to. Yeah. I'm listening to Method Man.
Oh,
This is what I was banging a minute ago on the way to Method Man, Release Yo Delph.
Release Yo Delph.
Yeah, you'll recognise, if you're a drum and bass head, you'll recognise the sample for... Super sharp shooter shooting... You know that song?
All right. No.
Okay.
I'll put it in,
But yeah,
I'll put it in the playlist though. It'll be in the playlist.
Nice, dude. You put it on sometime, it's a clanger for you, but whatever.
Yeah, I'll put it in. I've got two. I'm going to do two listening tos because they're both a little bit different. First one I'd suggest is Yellow Wolf just put a new album out. I know you're not really a Yellow Wolf guy, but I'm a Yellow Wolf guy. I'm into a bit of Yellow Wolf.
No, it's not. I'm not a guy. I've got it written here. Push them to check out. So I haven't.
That's from last week. Oh, did I say Yellow Wolf last week? Oh, so just as a pure coincidence, then he just put a brand new album out called Mudmouth, and it's pretty damn good.
Nice.
So yeah, I've been vibing that album, but also another one which I think is really good, just for something totally different. So Jazzy Jeff.
Yep.
He does a live DJ set every Friday.
He's good, isn't he?
Yeah, and it's good. So you can put it on YouTube, and if you go onto the Zoom, you can actually be on the Zoom thing as well. And
There's always a banger in those things. He's the
it's
man.
shot really well. Like it goes to the different cameras all the time. So it's called the house party. So you feel like you're at a house party. It's pretty sick.
Sick.
So me and Emma have been
track.
having those on.
Wicked.
Yeah.
There's always one track that you like remember vividly, isn't there, in those sets?
Yeah.
That's what I always think. There's always like a.
Totally.
I don't know. I love it.
And as for watching, I'm just gonna have a quick look because other than when people are listening to this, I'm going to be watching the Focus documentary, Inner Child.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just looking now, man.
I've got another one if you want.
Yeah, do
We've
it.
talked about it loads. Obviously, it's very current. It's Vice inside India's COVID problem, and basically, it's good to watch if you just want to see what an overcrowded healthcare system looks like. Because actually, it's something that we've talked about loads on this. Like, that's what we're trying to avoid through all of these measures, whether you believe in them or not. That's what we're trying to avoid, and it's horrible to see actually where they're at with it, and how recently they weren't as well. So a lot of this has come from these like giant group gatherings and stuff. Anyway, just watch it, whether you like it or not. It's interesting.
Can we use that as my watching? Because mine was
yeah.
going to be whack. So Vice inside
India's COVID problem. Yeah,
COVID problem. Awesome. Can we just do a quick? So you're going away.
I'm going away, dude. I'm going away on Thursday. I haven't got sent my flights yet, but yeah.
How long are you going for?
Thursday until Monday.
Oh, so you're going to be back for next week's episode?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I was going to do a whole thing about Freedom Ride. I'm going to have to get your tickets because that'll be the last one before the tickets go live.
Holy.
Yeah, boy.
No.
Did we tell people when the dates for the tickets was? I can't remember.
I can't remember, but it's the same as last year, isn't it? 3rd, 4th, right?
No, but when we're going to make the tickets live, when you can actually get a ticket.
No.
So it's going to be, Freedom Ride update. So we're going to be releasing tickets on May the 23rd. So 11 days from when you're listening to this.
Dude,
You've got 11 days to prepare yourself.
That.
Nice. So all the tickets are going to be available at freedomride.co.uk. If you go to the website now, you can keep up to date. There's a newsletter. If you sign up to that, then you'll be the first to know about the tickets and any updates that we've got for Freedom Ride. But it's looking good, man. Things are coming together.
I'm excited.
Things are coming together. We're going to have tickets available soon, and then we're going to be doing a bit of a merch drop.
Oh!
Boom! We're going to be doing a merch drop. So yeah, things are coming together with Freedom Ride. Unfortunately, although events are starting to open up, we are still going to stick to a COVID protocol just because we think it's the safest thing to do, and we want a tight group, man. Like, let's have a nice tight knit group of people.
That's right. It's going to be good. I really can't wait. Actually, I've got the footage, and I've promised you the footage a load of times, but I've got the footage from last year, and last year I never put that video out because it felt a bit weird because we went back into lockdown, and it was just like it literally felt like it was footage from a perhaps bubble of COVID.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Like a super
It'd be good to see it, though.
event.
It'd be cool. I know you filmed a little bit that day. It'd be nice to see it, mate. It'd be cool
too,
to,
right,
even if you just make a little thing for YouTube
I'll send you
or something.
footage anyway,
Not for yours, for ours, or
too
whatever.
right, yeah. I've got it all, so.
Make a little promo video. Should we make like a proper cringy promo video?
Please.
Please, come to COVID.
Tracks. This is what's
COVID.
annoying about sort of my life and stuff that I do, because this is the style that I do it in. So to those listening, I just have a hand full of memory cards with no clue what any of them are. So
You got a video coming out soon? You got any new YouTube in the pipeline?
Nothing. I've got a lot of stuff in the pipeline, but nothing edited, I'm afraid. I might do a mic ride. I haven't done one of them for a while.
Mate, if you need a guest.
I'd love to have you as a guest, but we're going to have you as a guest in real life, so yeah.
Yeah, that's true. What else are we going to do? We've got a few people asked actually about you wanting to do the whole rate my riding, whatever you were gonna call it.
Yeah, oh dude, I haven't done that yet, but I didn't get that many. Well, I did get loads, and I've saved them in a folder. But when you actually do it to make it last a certain amount of time, you need quite a lot,
Yeah.
So yeah, I will still do it.
We'll get to it. You'll get to it.
Yeah, we'll get to it. We'll get it done.
All right. Is there anything else you think we've not covered before we do a few listener questions?
No, let's go to listener questions, dude. I think we're doing quite good. I think we've covered loads.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, I think someone's just knocked on the door. No, maybe not.
Might be your delivery of beer. You might.
I think I'm off. I don't think it was. Yeah, I think it's Emma just banging around. Probably spiders and stuff jumping around. So this week, for the first time ever, we had some listener questions via email. Because it turns out not everyone has social media, which is pretty cool. So people have been emailing listener questions. So shout out. There's only a couple, but James and Corey who sent over their listener questions.
Good, man.
Via email. So, James, question for Ollie. Question 1. It's a 3-parter.
Wow.
No, it's not. Oh, fuck this up. You'll see why.
We'll go there.
Question 1. Have you ever had a crash and broken a helmet?
Yeah, I have. I mean, like helmets are kind of designed to dissipate energy, aren't they? So they are designed to break.
You could say
on
if
impact.
it's broken, it's probably done its job.
Exactly, yeah, and I actually have done a number of times, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, unfortunately, so yeah.
There's a couple of parts. Have you suffered from many blackouts?
Yeah, again, we're gonna go with yes. I have. So I think I'm on 9 KOs, which really sucks. I don't like it. I think about it all the time. So in life, if I come across as a bit weird, often it's because it's because I'm thinking about have I got brain damage. So like if I forget someone's name or if I forget something or I don't know what the date is and stuff, dude, that comes to me every single day of my life. I worry about it. Not I don't worry about much, I'll be honest, but I worry about that a lot. And something will happen every day and I'll think, I wonder if that is because I've hit my head or not. I'm not saying it is, but I'm just saying if you've hit your head a lot, that might be something that you have as well, but yeah. Yeah,
you need to be taking good healthy fats, don't you? MCT oil,
yeah.
stuff like that helps.
Absolutely. Lots of stuff.
I do. And question 10, what are your plans for next year?
Wow, what a broad question.
Did you get the gag?
Fuck, I didn't, and I'm wondering now whether that's because I hit my head.
I think it's because I screwed it up, but it was question 1, question 2, and then question 10.
That is good. See, it's kind of sucked because, like, really ideally it would have been a one-word answer, like, nah, never had blackouts.
Yeah, I screwed that up.
No,
Sorry,
you
James.
didn't. You didn't. No,
Took a long time writing that email out as well, saying that he enjoys the podcast. So hopefully you enjoyed the listener question, even though I butchered it.
Listen to me shit myself about bloody brain damage.
Oh God. Oh dear. Then we had another one from Corey. If you could have a dinner date with yourself and 3 other celebrities, dead or alive, who would it be with? And then he said, mine would be Elvis, which I think he means Elvis, but we'll go with Elvis. Al Capone and David Attenborough.
Oh, David.
David's a good one.
Okay, so we'll go David as well, and Michael Jordan, and Georgie.
Oh, nice. You take her along.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
She can talk with David. Me and Michael will talk about the game.
Yeah. I'm going to throw a little random one out there. I'll go Wayne Gretzky.
Nice.
Just because, why not? Like, it'd be pretty cool. Then I go Wayne Gretzky, Travis Pastrana.
Yeah.
And then something else a little bit different, make an exciting dinner party. Joe Pasquale.
There you go.
Because who wouldn't want him there? You know?
Yeah, I can see that, yeah. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, it would.
Did we just pick guys? I picked Georgie, yeah. But otherwise we just picked dudes, eh?
Yeah. That's all good.
I know, but you've got the opportunity to have dinner with some, you know, you can pick some crazy, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Rachel
like
Riley.
Emrata.
Oh. Who's that?
Do you not remember I did that thing on social media? Don't worry anyway. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's move on. Next question.
I just said Rachel Riley, which is like the worst one. Rachel Riley.
We suck, dude.
Okay. At Rolo_Charlie. Let's do some serious ones. Having been a consistent advocate for 27.5, what does Ollie think of the new Focus Jam?
I think it's a fantastic bike. Definitely, like, I noticed little things about it that are different each day. Like, you know, like 29ers feel controllable. Have you noticed?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I guess I've not ridden a 29er for a little
notice
while.
a bigger grip patch. I mean, I'm not going to say I notice everything on a bike. I'm not like that guy, but yeah, I really like them. Yeah, I really like them.
You enjoying it?
I am very much enjoying it. Yeah, I ride a 26-inch bike for jumps, a 29-inch bike now for everything else. So it makes life very, very easy.
Oh wow, no 650B at all in your life anymore.
There's none. Pink bike's just sort of retired now.
One sec. You what? Did you shout me? No. What was it? Did you not shout me? No. Okay, alright. Random. I heard someone shouting. Okay. I'm hearing things. Maybe that's CTE. At Lewis Craik. Fuck off. Ollie. What do you think MTB as a sport could learn from surfing?
I don't know, like... Well, certainly there's a few things to be learnt about how you keep your spot quiet and you don't go around... Like, you know, nice. Like that to me is like the biggest one from surfing. That's that's certainly what dirt jumps are like, and dirt jumps stay good. Dirt jump spot stays good, doesn't get ruined. So surfing's brilliant for that. If you need to learn why, then check out Dogtown and Z Boys, the original documentary.
It's a good documentary.
That's kind of a little bit like what dirt jumps are like trails. I think fewer people would be on all of these stupid Strava, Trail Forks and Komoot apps mapping all of the tracks. Man, I sound salty, don't I? But I do think it's true. I do think it is true. I think everyone can have trails near their spots, or everyone can have a healthy trail community if you just do things right. And people don't do things right. Check surfing; they do things right.
Yeah, apart from when they're doing things wrong. But yeah, totally.
That's when it goes.
You've
wrong.
seen Bra Boys? Have you seen that documentary?
Which ones?
Bra Boys.
I don't think I have. No.
Oh man, it's really good.
Nice.
It's a surfing documentary about this. Basically gang, from what I understand, that used to protect their own beach.
Yeah.
Bra Boys, mate. I think you'd really enjoy that.
Nice. Written it down.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. At Jin.Sandwho6. Best/worst non-MTB celebrity encounters. Best/worst non-MTB celebrity encounter. Wow. I've got a good one.
I actually don't know. Go on.
So, my one is... I'm going to have a mind blank on this guy's name. So, I used to date this girl.
Derailed.
This is gonna be a tough sell. This is going to be a tough story to tell. I'm sorry. This is going to be really hard. So, anyway, here we go. It's the only one I think of. So, I used to date this girl. And her sister was dating this guy. And one day we decided we were going to go to a local shopping centre called Meadow Hall. So I'm driving. I've got the girl I'm dating with me next to me. And I've got her sister in the back. And we're going to pick up this guy that the sister is dating. Cool. No drama. Pulls up to this big, in Sheffield, this big sort of tower block. Flat apartment block. Kind of posh. Didn't really think anything of it. This guy gets in the car who looked fresh off the set of Bum Fights. He looked like utter shit, this guy. And I was like, you know, they both girls relatively attractive. Nice girls, really nice. Anyway, this guy gets in the car. Didn't really... Hang on, I'm just going to Google his name because I don't want to screw this up. Hang on, sorry. This is going somewhere, folks. Bear with me. So anyway, didn't really think anything of it. And we go to Meadow Hall and we're just walking around and having a nice time. And loads of people are stopping to look at this guy. And I thought it's just because he looked like shit. I thought it's just fucking looks like he's come off the streets.
Yeah. Bit
anyway,
like me. Every time you say it, I feel a little bit like a personal attack on me, a tiny bit.
Yeah. But people were like taking photos of this guy sort of thing. I mean, it's sort of when camera phones are around and people were, iPhones are out and then people were like snapping. And I'm like, fuck is this guy? I don't know why this never come in conversation. Anyway, so I'm like, who is this guy? what's going on? And his name was Blake Fielder. And he used to date Amy Winehouse.
Oh.
Yeah. And to be fair, he looked like shit back then. Like, utter shit. He looked like a crackhead. And,
I mean, he does, though, doesn't he? He's got that look about him.
Yeah. And I was just walking around Meadow Hall with him. I didn't even know who he was. So that was kind of a good non-celebrity encounter.
There you go. Was he a nice chap?
Yeah, he's a lovely guy, actually. He didn't talk much, though. Like,
No.
you could tell, like, there was some shit going on. There was some issues there.
Yeah, there you go.
You could tell. So, yeah, there you go.
Crazy.
Blake Fielder.
I can't remember any.
Yeah. Anyway.
Goes back to the head injury question, so I've got nothing for you.
Yeah. At Bailey, what is the best Goodyear tyre for trail riding?
See, I just run the Newton out back, Newton ST up front. Don't go on Facebook Marketplace for them because the market's flooded at the minute. And they're all worn out. But that's my chosen combo. So there you go.
Nice. I got to say, I'm running the same thing at the moment. So yeah, same thing. At Claire Hayden 13, is Ollie's girlfriend going to come on the podcast? I want to hear, as a road rider, what it is like living with a mountain bike rider.
Can't be good, can it?
The listeners are calling for it.
I know, you said it. Do you know, there's part of me that just wants to keep. I can't help it. And the more I do all of this stuff, the more it becomes impossible. But there's part of me that just wants to keep my own life separate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want to be oi, roll it the whole time. Sometimes I want to just, like George might not want to have people shout at her, snakes under the floorboards, you know, and stuff like that. So that's my reason for not so far. But we'll have to speak to her, see if she's up for it.
We'll see how it plays out. We might have to do a fundraiser.
Yeah, isn't it, right? But to be honest with you, I don't think I'm the best person to live with because we have to have bikes in the house, and my bikes are muddy, hers are just a bit wet. So, you know, roads generally a lot cleaner, isn't it, than mountain biking? Yeah,
I feel like Emma would say the same at the moment. Just bikes, but she has horses, and she comes home with muddy boots. So
there you go.
You know,
there you go.
Okay. At Bertie_Lupton. Question for both of you. If you could leave a message to future riders, what would it be? What would it be? Leave a message. I'm gonna go. If you could leave a message for future riders, I just tell everyone, like, just enjoy it, and that is it. Just enjoy it. Don't chase it. Don't try and make a living out of it. Just enjoy it.
Yeah.
Everything else just follows. If it's meant to be. That's what I'd say.
I think that's very wise, and I think I was going to say something along the same lines, but actually, dude, if I'm here, they put a voice recording in a time capsule, you know? They send it out, it orbits around the solar system, right? This thing's just out there.
Yeah.
The world's moved on. I've passed away. Everything's different. But mountain biking still goes on. This capsule comes back into the Earth's orbit, through the atmosphere, lands in the sea. Doesn't hurt any animals, just to let you know. And they open it up. They press play on it. And do you know what it would say to future mountain bikers in the future? My voice speaking, what it would say. Do you know what it would say?
Just roll it.
Fuck my joke. Focus bikes. That's what it'd say. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what sort of bikes do you think they've been making in however many, 50 years, 100 years? Not 50, 200 years.
200 years? I don't know anything in 200 years. I mean, if you think 100 years ago, imagine 100 years ago, how different the world is. So imagine 100 years from now. Insane.
Imagine a drop post 100 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. They'd be like, come on. What's 100 years ago now? So it's 2021. It's 1921. What's going on in 1921, dude? This is really good. This is a good podcast segue.
Yeah, let's have a look.
Tangent. So 1921, what happened? The following events occurred in 1921, in January. I mean, dude, just look at people in 1921.
It's mental.
Like,
Look at him.
look at them.
Just look at him. Dude, put in 1921 bicycle and look at what they were riding. Good God. They were riding some contraptions, dude, I'll be honest with you back then.
Yeah, exactly. So what's the point in us even guessing? Imagine when you were sat on that thing and someone said something like drop a post, you'd be like, huh?
Yeah.
Oh.
You know what's funny? They look like cycle speedway bikes, because cycle speedway bikes have just never changed. With like the drop bars and stuff.
Dude, have you seen that video of the guy that pranks thieves? He's got a bit of rebar. It's insane.
No.
He's got the seat post, right?
Yeah.
He's put rebar inside the seat post.
Yeah.
The rebar is approximately sticks out 3 inches, maybe 4 inches out of where the seat collar is. The seat post then isn't done up and it's on a spring, so you can. So this rebar pokes through the seat, right? And it is a rusty rebar. And he's left the bike on the streets and filmed from 2 angles and watched as kids, like thieves, jump on the bike, go to sit down, and they get rebar up their arse.
Amazing! That's awesome. That's rad. There was that one a while ago where the guy was tying him to a tree. Did you see that one?
Yeah, that'd be a horrible crash, wouldn't it?
Yeah, to instantly stop and go OTB.
There you go. Hopefully we've got some stealing karma examples in this episode that make you want to steal stuff less.
Big time.
Rebar up your arse. People commenting on your posts. Ooh.
All right, do a couple more. At Razor Razoo. Razor Razoo. He won the Stan's wheels.
Oh, there you go.
Razor Razoo. So the movie, Jet Ski Dreams. The plot, story of the podcast. Who plays Ollie, Deeks, and Davi? Who plays? That's class. That's a good one.
Good, yeah. I'm trying to think of who I'd want to
I'm
play
really
Deeks.
bad with like actors and stuff like that.
A little bit too.
I'm like bad at it. I don't really know many. I'd go for myself personally. I'm going to go Mark Wahlberg.
Okay, nice.
Don't know why. Just came into my brain.
Nice. Who could I go? I want to go somewhere someone pointlessly muscly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You mean like The Rock or something?
The Rock, perfect. Dave, you answered my question for me. Perfect. Yeah, The Rock.
The Rock plays you.
Yeah, and then
then
Gareth Keenan off The Office. He plays Deeks. I think we got it though.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. If anyone could throw that together as a Photoshop, that'd be amazing.
A movie poster.
Please. Yeah, movie poster. Okay. So what else we got? A couple actually asking when Focus bikes are in stock. So I'd advise, personally, contact your local Focus dealer. Focusbikes.com. There's a dealer search on there. You can find it on there. At Dan_Cousins. Where is the first place you are going outside the UK, Ollie?
Madeira.
And when are you
really
going?
Predictable, aren't I? Tomorrow. Yeah. No, Thursday. Yeah, well, tomorrow when people listen to this. Yeah, Thursday. Madeira's open. It's on the green list as of Monday, so I don't have to quarantine when I come back, apparently. I mean, I'll make sure, obviously, that I get this right, but I'm pretty sure.
Nice long weekend, dude.
There you go. Yeah, quick trip.
Looking forward to chatting on Tuesday. That'll be sick. Like you'll have been to Madeira.
There you go. Yeah, we'll actually have something slightly different to talk about, won't we?
You have something to talk about.
I mean, we kill it, dude. We just talk
We'll
about
have something
everything.
to talk
It's easy,
about.
eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last one. At Will Hine 94. Have dirt jumps bikes changed much over the last 10 years, like trail/enduro bikes? Is it worth me upgrading?
Dirt jump bikes.
Yeah.
Mine haven't changed for a long old time.
They don't change much, do they?
No. And also, doesn't matter, dude.
No. Does it go over the jumps? Yeah. Is it snapped?
Exactly, kind of with dirt jump bikes. Hey, it's one size fits all. I mean, the geometry has become more refined, but I would say, not much has changed in my dirt jump bike anyway.
Yeah. And if you do want a new one, you're gonna have to wait because they ain't none.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Don't get your hopes up. Just
Don't get your hopes up because you're waiting a while for a dirt jump bike at the moment.
One of the best things to be able to learn is to be happy with what you've got, isn't it? In some respects.
Maybe check out Facebook Marketplace. For a dirt jump bike.
Don't. I'm on edge at the minute. People snooping about in my stuff.
It's true. Yeah, I didn't mean to one off you. I just meant one in general. Oh dear. All right, I think that's a wrap. I think that's us. Man. I think we've covered everything we had to discuss. We've gone down some rabbit holes.
We have. Big thanks for listening, everyone. Big thanks for talking to me, Davey, every week.
No, mate.
Thoroughly enjoy it.
Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow night or tonight at the premiere.
Yes, indeed.
What are you going to be wearing, do you think?
See you all tonight. I'll be wearing a really lacy little number, a racy number. Probably just a set of Y fronts, and that's it. Yeah. It's a good choice. I think probably going to go prayer robe, new prayer robe. I reckon, since I wear it every night. I'm going to wear mine as well. Yeah, done. You're going to put the prayer robe on, and that'll be me just chilling. Might have a cucumber, set of sacks beers underneath there or not? Yeah, we'll go ballpark patch. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll keep things within the lines of the prayer robe. Of the prayer robe, yeah, that's what I mean. You don't want to be hanging free in a prayer robe, do you? Nah, you can't mix religion and genitalia. Let's move on. Thanks for listening. Let's go. It's been emotional. Out. Peace. I don't know what's this. Fuck knows.